Welcome. I am Jonnita Stanton. We have Reginald Perryman, Kashka Williams. We are TSARE, and this is a There's Something About Real Estate podcast. Today we have with us Miss Asia Denson, the lady contractor, right?
Queen of Detroit. Hey, look, so let me tell y'all. So you know how, like, they be like, you got to check in when you go to different cities. So you can't really come to Detroit in real estate if you don't check in with Asia.
Okay.
Everybody be like, you know Asia, you know? I'd be like, yeah.
I didn't even know it was like that for real till like a year ago. Like all these years, I'm like, I just be myself.
That's right. That's that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So everybody had a good week. Did you do tango?
Yeah, we did tango yesterday. Tango class.
That's dope.
Yeah. I'm about to be smooth as hell.
I see.
Reggie gonna be running around here floating across floors and things.
Yeah.
Tango, who's a native dance of that like culture?
Spain.
Spain?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
So whenever you go over there, you got to do it.
Exactly.
With the real.
Well, I'm a tango everywhere. We gonna be at the hood cabaret. We gonna that nigga.
Look. Okay, before I'm going to jump into this, I promise. But since you the queen of Detroit, you know you on the side of Trick, he the, you know what I mean. We need to go ahead and throw it. We need a cabaret, real life. I haven't been to a cabaret in like 15 years.
Yeah. Throw something for sure.
That'll be dope.
Okay. Yep. So we're putting that out there in the atmosphere for all of you people who are not from Detroit. I don't know if cabarets exist in other states and cities, but we doing a cabaret. All right.
I'm with it.
Okay. So focusing today on investing here in Detroit. We talk a lot about that. Mm-hmm. Contracting. Mm-hmm. And gentrification. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay away from a couple of those. I'm gonna let
Wow.
So, Asia, can you tell us a little bit about you and how you got started? Give us some groovy fun fact that you haven't really put out there yet in your bio.
Groovy fun fact. My first day on the highway, when I was a highway engineer, I got cussed clean out. I ain't even do nothing wrong. I just stepped out my truck and I'm like, whoa. Like, I ain't used to this. So I told my boss about it, and he was like, look, as you out here in this man field, I ain't trying to be sexy enough. You got to grab your nuts and cuss back. I'm like, bet. That's all I needed.
Facts.
Right? So the next day, I come out there, same foreman, just went off on me, man. I let him have it. I was like, you know the difference between me and you? He like, what? I was like, I got all these degrees and stuff, but I'm the nigga that make sure you get paid. And after that, we ain't no more problems, because if I don't turn my paperwork in, they don't get paid. So after that, we ain't no more problems.
Okay,
Sweet.
so you said your background is
construction. So I started as a heavy highway road inspector, because at first I was like an intern or co-op with MDOT, and then I got hired on by a company. I think it was BBF or BFF engineer or something like that. And then so I ended up working with her from 2008 to like 2011, and then she just up and closed and moved to Charlotte. I'm like, oh. Okay. So then I was broke, and then I got hired by HNTB in 2013, and that's the last year I worked. So I haven't had a job in almost 10 years.
nice.
Congratulations.
I know, right?
Wrap it up.
Right. So I'm excited.
Was it BFF or BMF?
Definitely not BMF. Definitely not.
I'm like, God.
You
It was like I think it was BBF.
Oh, okay. Because I'm
Look,
like,
we
really
got
got to check
Oreos,
in.
Oreos, BMFs, BFF, like,
Too many
okay.
Fs.
Yeah.
It was a great company to work for. That was the first time I really understood, like, the 1099 life, and I seen my whole check, because I was an independent contractor working as an engineer for this firm. So I'm getting $30, $40 an hour. I'm fresh out of college.
Right.
I ain't got no kids. I had just bought me a condo. So I'm paid, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Absolutely.
and I only worked from, like, April to September, October, so it was great. So I'm off in the winter. So we ended up getting laid off. I had, like, enough money saved for, like, a year and a half. I didn't pay my mortgage because it got down to like the last $3,000. It's like, all right, I got to pay bills that are of necessity. Car note, you're not getting paid. So I know the law in Michigan, you can't just come in the garage and take my car. But if I'm parked outside, you can take it. Right. So they didn't get paid. No, actually, they did get paid. I just sent them $100 a month. I didn't send the full payment because, again, I know the law. If I'm attempting to make a payment, you can't just take my car.
Okay.
Right.
Schooling.
I learned that in the what's his name? Kevin Trudeau, the book They Don't Want You to Know About Debt or something like that.
Okay.
Very good book.
I'm going to add that to my book club list.
Well, the thing is, he done put so many people on like how credit and all that stuff work. They like done put him in jail, all type of stuff.
Oh.
Yeah. Cause he helping people get out of debt. You know, debt is
giving
money,
them
so he giving them the
Right.
game.
Gray
so.
area.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. So after that, I'm trying to see what happened. I think I need to write this down because I be kind of trying to remember. So I remember I took my last $3,000. I didn't pay my mortgage, and then I didn't pay that. So I only paid like the internet because I had to watch Netflix. Got rid of cable. I sold all my furniture but the bedroom set because I was like, I don't care how broke I am not sleeping on the floor. So
Right.
I'm not doing that. I didn't pay my condo dues because, again, you can't put me out. All these foreclosures going on, you're not about to put me out. So anyway.
Right.
So then, who else I paid? DTE, gotta have lights, gotta have gas. That's
Yeah.
important. And I went and got my builder's license, and that was like the best thing I ever did. And then I remember I started getting sad, and my mom was like, "Look, don't worry about nothing, just come home." When she gave me that okay, it was a wrap.
Okay.
Come on. So
Right?
that's
She was like,
that's a
"Come home."
message right there.
That
So
is.
she dropped a couple gems, right? Because a lot of people, when they're faced with a situation like that, they automatically panic. They either try to pay everything at once or they just stop paying. She was able to manage it because
Yes.
she read and was informed on what to do in that situation.
Knowledge. Yeah, the
Yeah.
information.
Yep.
Yep.
And then that same car, so like this like 2014 now. So I drove to the game. Now everybody know I went to Jackson State, right?
Right.
So I went to the Memphis game, me and some of my sister friends. My car break down. Transmission go out. But OnStar is the best. If you got GM, pay your OnStar bill, right? They pay for my hotel, my flight to get back home, all my extra expenses for staying down there later because, you know, my car
Right.
messed up. So then I called the credit union like, hey, my car, my transmission is out. They're like, oh my God, you all right? I'm like, I'm cool. They're like, where you at? I was like, oh, I'm back in Detroit. They're like, well, where the car? I was like, oh, in Memphis. And they're like, well, how we supposed to get it? I was like, this is still your vehicle.
Right.
I owe
Right.
$12,000.
Right.
I don't know what you want me to do. And they're like, well, what you drive? I was like, oh, I got a new terrain. Because I know it takes 90 days for that to show up on my credit.
Right,
So I would have
right.
got a new car. And they like, well, how we supposed to get it? Once again,
Right.
that is your vehicle. My mama said, I don't care if they did fix that car. You're
Right.
not driving that car back home by yourself.
Wow.
And that was that. So then they took me to court. I was like, I got to turn these too. You know, I'm
Right.
making a little money now. So we ended up settling for like $1,100. Like, you're not getting that 12 grand for me.
Right.
No. Mm.
So you settled
yeah.
for 10% less than.
Yeah. We settled for like $1,200 plus my attorney fees. That was like,
I just feel like I need
$400.
a audience, but the applause button.
Right,
Push the
right.
applause button.
No, I mean, no. What she's saying though is important. Because you was educating yourself continuously. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she was living life. A lot of people
Right.
be too scared to live life, so they don't learn a lot of that stuff that you.
oh no,
talk
I'm going
about.
to take, I'm always bet on me. I max out all these credit cards.
Yeah,
I'm
for
going to
sure.
bet on me.
For sure.
Okay. So, what was the first construction deal?
Like on my own, like rehab. I did a lady bathroom in my condo division. That was like the first one. Actually, before that. So it's a guy who worked for Marathon Oil. Like he do all they board ups for all the houses they was buying down in Delray back in like 2011, 12, and 13. So I used to do they board ups for them. That was like my first contract. I'm getting $1,500 a house for a board up. Like that's a lot of
Wow.
money.
Yeah.
Then now it's probably what, $4-5 maybe.
Yeah.
But we did like maybe 50 houses for them. That was like the first one. I'm like, this cool, but I was still working, so I wasn't really taking this serious. But then when I got laid off, I'm like, oh, I got to take this a little more serious because I'm broke. So,
Right.
and I don't want to ever be this broke again unless it's my fault. So
Absolutely.
that was that.
Age. So age when all this is going on.
I'm like 20, I'm 39 now, so about 28, 27.
Okay. So you said a couple. So you graduated from Jackson State?
Yep, I got my undergrad from there. I got my master's from Eastern in construction management.
Okay.
Eastern Michigan. There it is. Eastern
graduated?
Michigan represent.
Oh, wait a minute. That's about 5 people I know.
He be hating on Eastern.
I don't hate.
He
It's
be
just
hating on Eastern
so
bad.
it's this thing,
We know
right?
a lot of non-graduates.
So I know
Yeah,
a lot of people. Every time they say Eastern, they never graduated.
Wow.
So it's probably the ratio.
You
Now
got
you
two
just
graduates from
increased the,
Eastern in the room right
You
Yeah.
now.
talking undergrad or grad school though?
just period, just making it through. So like everybody I know that went to Eastern didn't graduate. So now I'm meeting a few more people. So it's about a 20% ratio.
I'm gonna
now.
tell you what happened. Those
they
people
good?
didn't really
No.
go there. They didn't really go to Eastern. They just
No,
tried
they
to use
went-
it. They went there for a refund check.
Oh.
And then he using it against
Nah,
us.
they was there.
Nah.
Yeah, people go to community
People I know
college
that
for
was
refund
there.
checks.
Nah, you don't get no
Nah.
money in community.
Yeah, you do. I got a lot of refund checks in
That's what
community
I'm
college.
saying.
Excuse me.
So for every 10
levels to the
people I
money.
know, maybe 2 graduated.
So you got a 20%
Yeah,
success
about
rate.
20% success
So
rate.
just so y'all know, the
Right.
community refund check ain't nothing compared to the university refund check.
That's a fact, because I didn't work that whole last year, senior year. Man, my senior year at Jackson State, Katrina hit. So I got money from that because my roof
Wow.
fell. I got a hell of a bridge card. I was eating great, okay? once the power got back on, we was eating.
Right.
Then I got a nice refund check. So I was like, I ain't about to work this last year for what? So I just paid my rent
Right.
for the year. I'm like, I ain't about to work.
Oh, that's sweet.
So look, that's something. So
Right.
I used to say that when we first started the podcast, I was saying
Yeah.
that I wasn't sure about school. You know, we was talking about my son in that,
Right.
that instance. So what's your opinion of it now that you went to school, you got your degree and everything? Actually, she got a similar story. I didn't do mine in construction. Mine was in accounting. But like you said earlier about certain things getting you in certain rooms.
Right.
So
Right.
that's where I think it may prepare you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily
Definitely.
the paper. You know what I mean? It's just.
I think it's both because I got a hell of, like, all my friends are super successful that I went to school with. I think it depends on what you go to college for. Like
Agreed.
I went for engineering. Now if you're just going for some BS,
marketing and sales or
Marketing
whatever.
is a good industry.
marketing is good.
Not
but I think,
undergrad. You gotta go. You gotta go up.
and I think it depends on what school you go to for marketing because every school is known for, like, Jackson State is known for engineering. We have the #1 teacher program, like, across the country for black students. So like it depends on really what you go for.
100%. That's what they don't tell you,
Yeah.
right? When everybody go talk, and they say you got all those student loans and everything.
Yeah.
Right.
If you went there, well, I said marketing. I should have said communications. You know, people that was going there for, they weren't serious. They didn't really have a real major.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They didn't have a plan
They just
afterwards.
took something easy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
And
agree with
yeah,
that.
you wasted your money. But if you went there with a purpose, that $60,000 that you invested, they don't look at it like an investment. They
Right.
always say it's debt. You know what I'm saying? Or $100,000. I don't care what the number is.
Right.
I'm able to make way more money in my lifetime because of that $100,000
Right.
investment that I
Right.
had.
And then the way I went, I don't know if I would be doing what I'm doing now because I'm still kind of doing what I went to school for because my minor was drafting and design, so that kind of goes
Sweet.
into construction
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And then I ended up getting a master's in construction management because I specifically wanted to learn how to run a company. Because a lot of things I've noticed with black and brown contractors, we do not know how to run a construction company.
Correct.
We can
Right.
do the work, but a lot of us didn't get any of that COVID money because they paperwork wasn't straight.
Right.
Right.
I got a lot of grant money just because of paperwork. Oh, you need 2020 and 2017 taxes? Here you go. But a lot of us don't know that because for whatever reason, I don't want the man know how
Yeah.
much money I'm making, or they're writing off so much stuff to where, like, bro,
You're not
really?
making no money.
You made negative
Nothing.
50 grand this year? Come on.
Because they want a small refund.
Really?
I mean,
We
Yeah,
we
they talk-
talking about paperwork. So when we talked about, remember I asked you, do you put construction liens on people?
yeah.
Oh, I do that.
All the time. So
Let's talk about that.
yeah.
What you
So
want to know about it?
So what I want to know is, so I have not. I almost just did, but it was on a commercial
It was 2
project.
times.
Ain't no
You should've-
almost.
No, you
if
had
I
a
tell you
couple
I'm
you
putting a
should've
lien
done.
on there, you're going to see attached lien in 24 hours.
I got you. So let me tell you why I haven't, and I don't even know if I should say it all the way, because then
Well, you can say-
I just
Just
have a
don't
reason.
say, don't say their name and no
No, it's
address.
not a person. It's not a
Okay.
person. It's a reason, but I don't want people. I just don't do it. I'll let her speak
Is-
about
The
it.
reason
Is
why
it
you don't do
the
it because
amount?
is is it because it's not the amount, or you just don't want to deal with it?
He feel like he gonna get it back later.
I know I'm gonna get it back. I'm not tripping about the money for real,
Right.
right? Because you're not gonna get that far.
It ain't
ahead.
the money, it's the principle.
for sure.
Like,
And,
for
but
me.
that's what I'm saying. And so the principle is all about money, right? Now they already know they lost. They lost, and they lose in the transaction. If you mess me over, you lost. I didn't lose.
I agree with that,
You know what I'm saying?
but I ain't in the business to lose money. I'm not a nonprofit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a for-profit. So if
Say it again,
if these
girl.
other cultures of people can get their money, why I can't get mine? And I think a lot of it is because I am a woman and I am black. They think, oh, I can get over on her. Right. I got a couple years ago. This is why I don't do work for property management companies no more.
Yeah.
They had 18 houses we did winterizations on. This child of God did not want to pay me. So I called Marcus. Marcus can contest to this. I was like, hey, Marcus, I need 18, what's the description? Legal description.
yep, the legal
For the
description.
following property. So he sent them. notarized them. I sent her an email. If I don't have my MF and money by 5 o'clock tomorrow, all 18 liens will be filed. But that's not good for her because now you're going to lose 18 contracts because you don't own them houses.
Correct.
The investor do.
When they see it, yep.
Right, but I always got paid. I'm like 5-0 right now.
Yeah. So we'll talk about it off
Mayweather
camera.
attacks
Yeah,
lean.
like I'm gonna put a lien on it. Like, I'm gonna
and-
get paid, and I'm adding interest because in the state of Michigan, I can add up to 24.99% interest for any balance due, and I'm adding that every year.
Gotcha.
Plus all my fees. If I had to go get lunch because I was downtown, you're paying for that. That's associated costs. So you paying for all that parking, my notary fee, everything.
You said you 5 for 5. You collected on 5 for 5,
I done collected on more than that, but going to court and winning, I'm 5-0.
and you collected all the money.
I collected the lien money, plus my attorney fees, everything. If I lost wages because of that, you give me all that. That's in my contract.
So I'm gonna tell y'all why I don't do it. Because I started when I first started back in 2005, 6, 7. I did. I used to. I started off with the tenants. You know, I'm taking them to court and suing them after they leave. After they vacate the premises.
Yeah, with the judgment.
Trying to collect and to get my
collecting your
judgments and
back rent.
I
everything.
did that and won. I just got somebody taxes.
So it's cool. You go in there and you win. You spend your money. You go in there and you win. But now you got to collect the money. They don't have nothing. What you collecting it from somebody who has nothing.
I bet you they gonna get a tax return.
Sometimes they don't. So I had some tenants, and I might have had,
You can get their car. You can get all that stuff. You can get their vehicle. You can get their house wherever they move to. It's a lot of stuff you can get your
So
money
the
back
collection
on.
process is why I don't go
Oh, you
through
don't want
it.
to, because it's the long game.
It's a long game. You got to, and
Gotcha.
I don't have time. You know what I'm saying? I don't have time to be sitting around going after whatever the number is.
That's what the attorney for.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
See, you're making a lot of excuses.
No,
I'm giving you a solution for every excuse you give. You like, nope, I don't want to
no,
do it.
I'm saying, yeah, I agree. So you're saying you just hand the paperwork over to the attorney
Yep,
and they
here you
handle
go.
everything.
Like, here go all my
Keep
emails.
moving.
They be like, hey, no more communication. Because once I hire him or her, all the communication go through them. There's nothing for us to talk about.
For
Because
sure.
I gave you all this time to talk to me. Oh, now you want to talk?
Did you
Nope,
put the
talk to my
MFer
attorney.
in the email and writing?
In the text I did.
Okay.
Oh,
not in the
y'all
email.
got to follow her on Instagram. Everything she
I
say
think I
is-
follow
is-
you on Instagram. It's just my social media. Like I don't watch it. I don't be on it. I be like looking at. I be on Amazon.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it.
The other thing is this. The other thing is it's a
But I'm gonna
write-off.
tune in more.
The other thing it's a write-off for me as well. So yeah, I
It's a
didn't.
write-off on all the collections, too. The
But you-
attorney is
but
a
you-
write-off, all that.
But you still got to collect the money. You get what I'm
But you're
saying?
going to get the money. See, this is my philosophy. I'm going to get paid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Either you're going to give me my money now or you're going to give it to me later, plus all these associated costs.
Yeah, I think she was missing an M in that BFF. I'm gonna get paid.
It's like,
I'm
That's why you gotta check in with agent when you
Yeah.
come
I'm
to
going to
Detroit.
get paid. Like
No.
I tell clients, when they start talking crazy, I'm like, look, let me tell you something. I'm going to get paid because there's
Yeah.
too many laws in Michigan that I know
Protect
how
you.
I can get paid. If I'm in the right and I know my sub is in, I'm going to cash out all my subs, pay y'all. So
Right.
I keep
Oh,
that
your lien
relationship,
waivers.
right? And then now I'm going to sue you and now I got proof showing, look, I paid my team. Now it's time for me to get paid. Like the tenant chick, my very first tenant, everybody know this story. She didn't want to pay. I was being too nice because I've noticed being a woman and like with the tenant situation, we kind of get more
Right.
heartfelt and stuff. Now I don't care. Your
I
baby
got
dad
somebody I
just
should
went to
have
jail.
evicted 3
That's not
months
my
ago,
problem.
and I'm like,
real.
it's cold
Your kid
outside.
got a cold. I'm sorry to hear that. Here's a Tylenol. My rent is still due.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Period.
That's
in her
true.
case, I end up getting her tax return. I posted it all on the ground. Like, look, y'all, I got her taxes. Like, I just blocked her name. I was so happy, but like, it's ways to get it, and it was
is.
just it was the
But that's only the
principle.
state, right?
Yes, it's on the
Yeah, I got the state,
Yeah.
but she got all
Yeah.
the kids. She gonna file taxes, and every year, and come November, I got my attorney send me this paperwork. I got to fill out so that next year I can get the taxes.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to put on here how you get around that,
Right.
but we won't. But that's why I was saying I don't do it because there's so many ways. But you're right. If somebody,
Right,
if
But
you,
even if I only collect that,
I say, yeah, you definitely don't need to say
Let's
that.
say I'm owed 10 grand and I only collect 2 and I never get the rest. I'm still happy because it's the principle that I still collect because most people don't think
Right.
you're going to go that far. They think they're going to get over. So if I just collect that and then in the state, I got 10 years. And if you and your man on that lease, I'm going after everybody over the age of 18 that's on that lease.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
So what we were talking about a bathroom.
Okay.
oh, her first. We were talking about her first. Well, she went past that. She
Yeah.
said it was. She did the,
Well, yeah,
the
first was
winterizations.
the
Board ups.
the board ups for Marathon.
Okay.
And then it was a bathroom for a lady that ended up being my boy cousin that lived in my condo that I was not paying rent on. I mean, my mortgage.
That's funny.
Okay. So we want to get into the where we going in Detroit right now?
Yeah, because it's like, so Asia, if you follow her on Instagram, she's always posting. Like I told y'all back in 2015.
I need to start doing that. I need to start
Always.
getting on the camera and being like, look, for all of you people who don't like to listen, this where we at now and where we going still.
Yep.
But go ahead.
Everybody who listened to me from 2010 to 14, they paid. Because the main neighborhood I was telling everybody was the North End. I was like, buy over here. I know what it looked like. I grew up over here, but I know what it's about
You
to be
grew up there
like.
too? What street?
Oakland and Westminster,
I was on
627.
Oakland and Mount Vernon.
Neighbor.
And y'all the same age.
Right.
Of
Did you
course,
go to Lubbock?
right?
I didn't go to Love. I went to Sherrod and Brightmeyer.
My mom wouldn't let me go to Sherrod. Too much going on. But I ended up going to Pelham, so that wasn't no different
No.
for real. But
I missed Persian. I mean, not Persian, Northern, but
Yeah.
okay.
I ended up going to private school.
Yep, I grew up over there, and I would tell everybody, I'm like, hey, bound the North End. Because
Right.
when I worked on the highway, it was too many things I was seeing that just wasn't making sense to somebody who grew up in Detroit. Like the bike lanes. We
Right.
working on Tireman, and what's that little street, Evergreen? Because, that's
Yep.
nice, because that's Dearborn
Dearborn,
right there.
yep.
Right.
So we tearing down houses, we putting down up handicap ramps. I'm like, handicap ramps? Didn't care about my disabled
Right.
family member. Then next was the bike lanes. You didn't care about me on the Huffy when I was growing up. You know what I mean?
Right.
I almost got hit. And then it was like we putting in curb and gutters. I'm like, oh, now y'all care about the water draining
Yeah.
when it rains? So it was just little stuff like that I started paying attention to. So it was that neighborhood. Then the next time we over on the North End. And then one summer I see signs that say, welcome to the new North End. I'm like, now who's this sign for?
Right.
Like, we've been over
Right.
here. And it
Right.
was just little stuff like that. And I started telling people, like, buy over here on the North End. I don't care if it's between 75 and Woodward.
Yeah.
From the boulevard all the way up to probably
Like Trowbridge or something like that.
past Trowbridge. 'cause
Yeah,
I be
right at Highland Park.
Yeah,
even by
right.
Highland Park,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it's coming up. In Highland Park, you get the same size house as Boston Edison,
Yep.
but not, Boston Edison money,
Right.
and people wasn't seeing it. Now look at
And
Highland
now
Park.
you're about to be
Yeah.
spending Boston Edison money to get in Highland
Highland
Park.
Park, yeah.
Facts. Just like what's the neighborhood before Boston at the Atkinson Division? The same
Yeah.
thing. LaSalle Gardens,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
same thing. Virginia Park, all that, and then it's gonna end up crossing Linwood and just keep going up and
Right.
coming up this way. So
And everybody's scared of Linwood right now. And I get it, but still, one of the conversations that I like to have with people is you just watch what it's backed up to. So, like, you hit
Yeah.
on Boston Edison. So, what's closest to Boston Edison? I'm not going to go spend the $500,000 or $600,000 that it's going to cost me to get in Boston, but I'm going to go the block behind it. Glen Court's coming.
pretty much,
Just
like
saying.
a lot of my friends buying over here on Calvert.
Yep.
that's the
Calvert is
North
it.
End.
Mm-hmm.
got
And Webb.
Calvert,
Yep,
Glen
Webb, all that.
Court,
Glen
all
Court,
of that.
all that,
Yeah.
like,
This is
all
all
that coming
Detroit talk, y'all, so I don't know
Yeah.
nothing about what they talk. But I will say this. No. But I
He
will
from
say.
Pontiac.
I'm from Pontiac.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, we be having arguments.
Yeah. But I'll say this, and we said this on one of the earlier podcasts, that Jonnita has, since I met her, the first thing she was trying to get me to do was invest in North
North
End.
End.
I'm not from there. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have the same vision. I don't see what y'all see being
Right.
from the city.
You ain't see all them other cultures just,
So at that
pushing their
time-
kids in strollers and
No,
pushing them on swings?
no,
I feel like
it wasn't there
I
then.
feel like I found my sister.
It wasn't right. But listen, it
Or
wasn't
them
there yet.
Asians over there,
Right.
like
It wasn't
Out there in
there
their
yet.
gardens
all
next
that
door to
garden
their
stuff,
neighbor.
like buying up the
Yeah.
lots and stuff and making a big community garden. You ain't see none of that.
No, so we saw trees being planted, and we saw
There you go.
a
Red
little bit of
flags.
work,
Tree gardens.
going on.
Yeah.
But I know not enough to see that. No.
So, like,
But
I
see,
don't,
he
but,
wasn't here before
True.
that. So he
He didn't
had
grow up
nothing
here,
to
so he
compare
didn't-
it to.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but
Gotcha.
shoot, growing up on the North End doesn't project that mindset. What projects the mindset is being like, so Asia's in construction.
Right.
Like, she's paying attention to the signs.
Right.
I'm paying attention to the signs because I'm looking at what is the closest to. If I live on the North End, what can I commute to the easiest?
Yep.
Right.
So it's I don't think being over there in the 80s, that's definitely ain't gonna make me
But
buy over
Right.
there.
But it does. You
But-
just said it. You just said what is it closest to? Like,
Yeah.
for me, it ain't close to nothing.
No,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
but,
It's the
but it
middle
is
of no-
because
it's
you
like
still go
dropping
to
it in.
you still
Don't
go to
do
Little
that.
Caesar.
No, I'm just saying.
He
I'm
still
saying,
goes to
he
Little
be
Caesar
starving.
Arena.
Don't
do that.
He still
No,
goes to
no,
Fox
no.
Theater. He
Right.
still
Right.
like he
I go
like
to
when
where?
he
Recent?
leaves his suburban life and he travels to Detroit for all of the events.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm saying. What is it the
So he
closest
come in
to?
and get out.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Correct. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, I mean, Detroit is definitely. I mean, you can see it now. So now, if you're somebody, obviously, y'all have forecasting it, right?
Right.
But I think that's happening because you are there. No, I'm not saying that everybody that come from the hood can have that mentality, but it's like me being in Pontiac. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things that's going on in Pontiac that's going to allow me to know, where to go invest. Y'all just happen to be in the North Phoenix.
But even I don't, so I don't fault Shaka for us not going over there earlier because there's still a long game in development. You know what I mean?
Right.
And we wasn't gonna just let like our dollars sit for like 5 years or 10 years or 7 years or whenever it was. But sometimes, when you don't do that, you do kind of miss out a little bit.
It's like all our flip. I feel like that don't. So every flip that we did in the city of Detroit, I be looking like, damn, I wish we could.
We wish we kept it.
The one that we doing right now in Highland Park, I want to keep it, but shit, you know what I mean? We selling it.
I feel like that, when I was wholesaling, because I was broke. So I if I would have kept a lot of them, I couldn't afford to keep them.
Yeah,
But if I could have kept them, oh God, because I was buying a house for $500-600 there, because people just wanted enough money so they didn't get put out for taxes. They needed money to move. So I'd be like, I got $500.
And so now, just so y'all understand, so everybody will say, well, why aren't y'all keeping it? Because we're buying them as such a high dollar amount now. It's the opposite. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to buy low, sell high. We buying high and selling high. You know what I mean? So it's not a.
Well, it depends because I live in 48214, which is super hot, and I've been telling people to buy over there because that's Island View, Indian Village, East Village. What else over there? West Village, right? So where I live at, they pulling some condos on the corner of Kirchville and Townsend and Field, and now they got some on Lafayette and whatever that street is behind Townsend.
Yeah, but you got to pay attention over there, too, because it's like, the same thing. It's the commute. You right by Belle Isle. Yep. You right by the mayor's mansion. Yep. You 12 minutes from downtown.
Yep.
If that. Yep. You Grosse Point right there.
You could jump on your bike.
How much are y'all paying? How much are you? What's your initial investment in these?
Right now, 48214, you're spending $100,000 on
That's
the
what I'm saying. That's my point. You know what I'm saying?
But see, 2 years ago, you wasn't.
Exactly.
But I'm saying like $500-600 or maybe $5,000-6,000 as opposed to buying it at $65 to $100 is different. It's different money.
Well, it's a strategy behind it though, because so if you're an investor and you got X amount of dollars, like the rental rate or the cost to hold it may not make sense financially. So like you say a couple years ago, you could have bought it for $60, but who would have rented that property so you can have had it at a profit? And then now you're realizing, okay, this property is worth $180 or $200 now, right? So a lot of people look at that, but really what they should have been doing was, I just need enough for somebody to cover my holding costs while I hold it long term. But most investors get into the game, whether wholesaling or flipping, because they need that immediate money right now to get their bread up. Then they can buy and hold. But by the time you get there, it'd be too late because you like, I didn't sold all the good properties.
Correct.
Now ain't nothing to buy and hold because it's all $300,000.
Yeah. Well, I think it depends. So like my very first flip I got for $5. That was in 2017. I'm good at negotiating.
Right.
I'm from Detroit and you from Detroit. So whatever you was trying on these out of state people is not gonna work for me.
Right.
I'm not paying your water bill. You ran that bill up. Okay.
Yep.
You pay. You know you weren't paying taxes. This is what you're getting. So take it or leave it. And then I'm gonna go get on the payment plan for all of these different things and do that.
Yeah.
Like my flip I'm working on now, I got that for $7,100. I really should have paid $30,000.
Big Red?
Big Orange. I should have paid about $30,000 for that. It's on Balfour and East Side of Drive.
Yeah.
I should have paid $30,000, but they got $7,142 because I'm not paying that $3,000 water bill. It'll get paid at closing. I send them $100 a month, just enough to keep my water on, so I can finish my flip, right?
Right.
And then like Big Red, I bought for $2,500 off an investor in 2017.
Right.
I could sell that right now and probably get $200,000, and I done put maybe 45 in it. Like I done did the roof, I gutted it, I done did brickwork. Now this summer I hope to start rehab because I'm keeping that because I can rent East Side $2,000 to $3,000.
Absolutely. But you hear these numbers that she's saying, no, they're so low. Like even our good deals, like our Parkside, we spent $35 for. We still gonna put in quite a bit of money in there. That's in.
She said she haven't gotten to putting it in yet.
No, but she bought it at $7,000. She bought it at $7,000.
Right.
So I'm talking about the acquisition price is what's going to determine, like Red said, your strategy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If we're acquiring it, we're still making money, right? Obviously, but our acquisition cost is way higher than $7,000. Like $7,000, we got one that we got for what? The one over there on that I don't even want to touch.
Robeson?
Yeah, that thing over there.
Man, I'm like, I want to start it so bad. but I can't get no movement on it.
I mean, I'm being paid. I mean, I'm
East, West Side.
It's on the
West
west
side.
side. Over that's Pearson and Greenfield.
I think it's too
I
far.
will hold it.
Yeah, I think it's too far.
I will hold
Yeah, because I don't see
Hey,
no
hold
money.
on. Let me say something. Hey, when we talking to all our listeners, when we talking, y'all need to have y'all maps out.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Especially if
Yeah,
y'all
'cause we
from-
sure just talking.
'cause
Yeah, I'm about to
we
say,
be
we at the
saying
bar.
it, and people be like, "Where's that at?" I'll be like, "Get out on the Google Maps and look
Yeah.
it up."
Yep.
That's
Hey,
what
if
I
they
do.
can listen to T
Yeah.
Grizzly
Hey,
and get the coordinates. They
Right.
can.
Well, just so y'all know, that's what I got to do. So when Jonnita's talking or she send me something, I don't have what y'all got. So I got to
Right.
go on Google and I got to literally I got to pull up the.
I learned my
map
way
view.
around Detroit growing up because my aunt,
Yeah.
to this day, well, now she does, but growing up, she never drove the freeway, ever. And that's what I love about Detroit. You can get from downtown
Anywhere.
Detroit to Novi
Without
and
the
never
highway.
touch the
Yeah.
freeway.
Yeah.
I've done it. Like, I met Marcus at Benihana. And I drove all the way from Balfour out of driving. I ain't touched the freeway.
Right.
Because I was like, I ain't about to deal with this 75 traffic. It's 5
Absolutely.
o'clock. I still be
Yeah,
sitting
you
there.
be sitting there like, okay, which way? I take?
35 minutes.
All right.
I'm all the way
Got
to Big Beaver.
Between Woodward, Grand River, and Gratiot, you can cover
Yeah.
most of
8
the city,
mile.
then hit your mile roads. And you
Telegraph.
good.
And if you know your side streets, most main side streets run the same way as the freeway. So because of her, we learned our way around Detroit. Because my friends
Right.
be like, "Where is you going?" I be like, "Bro, just
No, all the
chill."
back
Just chill.
channels.
Yeah.
Actually, that's great. I mean, that's good. That's what allows y'all to have that insight to invest, like she's saying.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You do. You got to know your area.
But I think from a mass standpoint, I think that's going to be just important for other, people that's not here in Michigan, in
Right.
the Detroit area. But
They
it
gotta
works
check
across
in.
the board. You know what I mean? Like if you're in
Yep.
Georgia, if you're in California, if you're in Mississippi, like if you're in Florida, like you know your hot spots. You probably grew up there. If you got some money and you're ready to invest, you got to put that strategy to work in your head.
Yep.
Like okay.
But see, that's why I tell a lot of people who from Detroit, like, it's no reason if you from Detroit and you interested in construction or real estate and you broke. We from here. This is
Yeah.
our city. They need to be coming to you because you're from here and you can tell them where to go, where not to go. You know the neighborhood's like, no, don't buy over there because this and that going on, but,
Yeah.
but buy on this side because the wave coming up. Like, we from here.
Right.
So, like, when people get mad and talk about gentrification, I know that was one of the topics and stuff, like, it's kind of our fault because
It
Detroit
is.
was the number
It
one
is our-
blackest city in America. We had all black councilmen and stuff like that. We controlled the city and just let it go. So a part of it is like people like, oh well, the money. Okay, if you got $10,000 tax return and you got a $10,000, especially when the market was a couple $100, why y'all didn't bring y'all money together and go buy something? And then
Right.
somebody trade school because back then you could go to trade school for free.
Yep.
And they was giving you a stipend because it's such a dire need. And then y'all about to go fix this house up together. Or take a Home Depot class. Or go help Habitat for Humanity.
Yep.
And learn, understanding them license trade. It's ways around stuff, but it's like, are you going to take the time to do it?
I got one additional, and you probably run into this issue as well. Or go work for a contractor for a reasonable rate
Yep.
for which you worth, right? This is what they do. They come in, they want to come work for you, and they learn how to. I let them. They finally get to do one bathroom floor.
Oh, yeah, now they're expert.
Not an expert. Now they going on Facebook telling
All on
everybody, I
Instagram,
do all this
I
rehab.
do all this.
And then they go. Now they go.
I've seen my house on there so many times over the last several weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, she talking about, right. You know, she talking about from my guys that's saying that
they did this.
they posting with the project, and they do it all the time. I mean, some guys do it, not
Just go.
Just go. Yeah. Don't put nobody on blast.
No names.
No. I mean, we can put. I mean,
No, it's not. So I guess what I'm just pointing to is so like my house. So Shaka did my house. I found like a great deal. Took the opportunity, asked him to rehab it, and when the crew comes over, you start to see it on Facebook, on Instagram, like look at what we doing over here. And they probably get hit up in they DM
definitely.
for those
Yeah.
jobs. Like, oh my God, that bathroom is amazing. Can you do mine?
Not knowing what they did. I think Marcus was talking about that.
Yeah.
Or because they
was
didn't
there.
even do that part of the job, but
Yeah.
they just still posting
They
it
may
like
have
they
went
did.
in there and, I don't know, hung some plate covers or something.
But they may have been assisted doing the floor while
Right.
my skilled tradesman was there
Right.
assisting them. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But now
Right.
somebody else. So now we getting out here trying to bid, right?
And
you
then
got
they
people lowballing, right? So,
That don't bother me
So
though,
this
'cause
is-
my price
me
is
at
my
all.
price. I don't care.
Period.
Yep. So here's a message to our listeners. So hire the boss, not the worker.
Exactly.
Because
Bars.
Facts.
you hire the workers because he laid the tile, like Marcus said.
Yep.
They laid the tile, but you trying to get them to do a full rehab.
Yeah.
They don't know nothing about managing a construction job.
Costs, none of that. So then they come over there, they give you that low ass bid. And then once they get halfway through the money, they realize they about to lose. So now they got to go to the next job.
Or they run off.
They go to the next job
Right.
trying to rob Peter to pay Paul.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think they do it. Well, some of them do it on purpose. But I think some of them they're trying to do the right thing. But people too impatient.
Vicious.
You know what I'm saying? They think it's like, dude, it took me. I've been in real estate since 2005 to get to where I'm at. I've been in construction since 2013 to get where I'm at. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can't get
How
here
long
overnight.
you said you got started?
2011.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it's all it comes.
Yeah.
But like, you stay the course, you continue to learn and it comes. So it's like not discouraging people to get out there
Right.
and pursue whether it's construction or fixing, flipping or being a realtor, like whatever your passion is in real estate. But you can't just think it's gonna happen. Oh, I got my real estate license or my builder's license, or now I'm trying to GC and it's going 12 months
Like-
later
Not microwave.
I'm a
It's levels
yeah,
to it. Cause like the
definitely.
first couple years, it was some broke times. Cause like for real, I got integrity. All my subs got integrity. So when you operate with integrity, you got these out of state international investors want you to do stuff that's just below the code. And it's like, I can't do that. And my thing was, the reason why we couldn't do it is because one, did I need the money? Yes. But you written to somebody that look like me, that's from my city, that live in my city, you want me to do this half-ass job, I can't do it. Because that's the way I looked at it. Now, of course, somebody came else and did it, but
Right.
I got to be able to sleep at night. And like, I just can't do that.
And you don't want your name behind that.
That's the
Yeah,
real thing.
that too.
They don't understand. I was telling people this. The reason that I can't do your job, so somebody say, well, just do what you can at this price, right?
That's nothing.
I can't do that because when y'all leave there, somebody else gonna come there afterwards and say, who did this? You're gonna say my name, and then now them not understanding what we was working with. You
Right.
get what
Let me
I'm
ask you
saying?
this, as a contractor, do you go over other contractors' work?
I charge, so I do. So I will go.
Hey, his first word was I charge.
So listen,
Right.
well, I will,
I ain't mad.
but I'm tearing it out. So we're
Exactly.
doing one right now.
You had to do that on one of mine.
Yeah.
In e-course.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, we got to tear it out. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately,
Exactly.
it's like, man, you got to, I feel, actually, I'm doing another, for another out-of-state investor that you might know him because he's in one of them groups. But he paid people all this money. I be feeling bad. I'm like, man, I don't want you to think I'm robbing you. You know what I'm
I
saying?
know.
Like,
I don't feel
I got to
bad.
charge you for all this stuff. And you're going to be upside down in this house. I be feeling bad.
Why do you feel bad?
Because I know that, so my goal is to make sure that anybody that I don't like working with investors for real, but if I am working with an investor, I want to make sure you make money. That's how I'm going to make sure you're a repeat customer. If you losing every single time I'm coming to your project, you ain't going to want to hire me. You know what I'm
I
saying?
disagree with that.
Yeah, I
it's
do
not-
too
it's
in a
not
way.
your fault
Because
they
I'm telling you,
lost.
because
It ain't your fault.
I know
It's
what you're
it's not.
saying.
It's not.
Okay, as an investor, so he saved me once, or a lot of times, but on this one particular house, I needed to just get it done, and so I had somebody come over there and do some stuff, and so he come over there and he's like, "This is fucked up, that's fucked up, this is fucked up, and that's fucked up." So
Dang.
I'm going to send over, these people, and so they come over there and they get the job done. So yeah, do I have a bill after it? But it still creates success at the end of the day because you didn't tell that investor or me or Reggie or whomever to go and hire the person that was there before. You're just coming
Right.
in to do what you can to make sure that's still a successful investment. So
Yeah.
there's nothing to feel bad about.
No, so y'all say I feel bad. I'm still gonna charge what I'm charging.
Right,
but I
but you
do
feel bad for them
the
'cause they're in a
individual.
I
situation.
know. You want to know
They
why I don't
losing.
feel bad? Because you should have called me first. Especially...
But they maybe didn't know you first.
Oh no, they
Now,
did.
those
They
is different.
didn't.
If you didn't know me,
Yeah.
I'm talking about the ones who paid my $260 estimate fee. I gave you a detailed estimate. You took it over to Reggie Construction.
Yeah.
Like, can you beat this
Yeah,
price?
that's what they
And
already
then
do.
that's what they happened. Then here you come. I got one client from New York to this day. He only calls me when he gets screwed. I bust out laughing. That's what you get. I'm about to charge you triple what they charge you because you're going to learn.
Yep,
Right.
And he
gonna
still don't
today.
learn. Example, he had bought a building on Whittier somewhere off 94. So
I might know
Whittier?
that. I might know the guy.
yeah, it got like steel stairs, whatever. The concrete was
He from
sagging.
Florida?
No, he from New York.
Oh, okay.
That's about
All right.
Dominican high school or church. It's when you come up on Casual, that little sign that all the black insurance agents use.
No, it's on Whittier.
Yeah, but
it's on the other
you got
side.
to cross casual.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got cross
Whittier.
night, on the left.
Yeah.
So he paid me $500. This is a couple years ago, just to look at it to see what he did wrong. I'm like, everything.
Right.
Like the first issue, is he poured concrete on these steel stairs, and the load of the steel is not enough. So now they sagging. So you got to bust all this walkway out. The city put a stop work order on there, operating without no permits. He paid this contractor $50,000. Right? And he was like, he ran off on me. I don't know what happened. He OD'd on the best crack that Detroit had to offer. Swear to God. And he was like, I found out what happened to my contract. I'm like, what happened? He was like, oh, he in the hospital. He OD'd. I'm like, but you didn't want to pay me an estimate fee. And you gave this man $50,000, but you don't want to pay me an estimate fee. That's what you get. He like, Edgy, that's not funny. This is hilarious. Okay? Like, to me, because that's what you get.
He
like,
OD'd on the best crack
I want to
Detroit
talk
had to
about something.
offer. Me
Like,
too.
for real.
Real quick though,
Go
because
ahead.
she mentioned earlier you brought one of your properties from an investor.
Yep.
So are you seeing that a lot where investors? Because I see it where investors they come in, they get into a bad situation. Now they got to unload the property at a
Yep.
loss. Are you dealing with that a lot?
I am now, but when I got Big Red, that was because he had bought a lot in the tax auction. That's when the city first started implementing after the Flint crisis. Oh, we about to really start following our code book. These houses need to be up to code. You need to get a certificate of acceptance, all that.
Right.
But if you got 100, 200 houses, you're looking at $10 million in rehab.
Right.
So he just started unloading. He's like, oh, hey, I got one in your neighborhood. And I asked him like 10 times, like, are you sure you don't want this? Because I knew what was coming. That
Right.
Chrysler plant had got announced the next year.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, you ain't getting it back, but thank you. And he let me get it on the payment plan. So that was even better.
Oh sweet.
I want
So I wonder if me and your question are the same, but go ahead.
Go ahead. Well, mine is about the $50,000.
Okay, I'll
Oh,
ask after you.
crackhead?
No, you go ahead and then mine after.
Go ahead.
So, I mean, no, you might want to go because what we're getting ready to say might take a second. My question is going to
No,
be.
I was going to be asking about, because she mentioned like faulty work. And I came across something that you posted. And from what I know, it's a way for leveling floors.
Oh, that she posted?
Yeah, she basically was like,
Shingles?
yeah,
Yeah,
you was
that
like
was
they,
an old post.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
old. It was old. I
I'ma
it was like
repost
I was
that.
on YouTube. I came across it or whatever, and so I wanted to hear your stance and more of an opinion on that because I want Shaka to chime in. on it.
I bust out laughing when I pulled the flow. Like, this is why your flow saying, man, I bust out laughing. We fixed it, though, but it was still funny. But
So
I just had never seen that before.
that's
like,
that's an old school trick that actually works.
I believe it worked, but I think it was the way they did it why it didn't
Yeah,
work.
just so y'all know. So that's a trick. So if you're dealing with floors that aren't level, especially in a lot of these older
Old
Detroit
houses, right.
Detroit houses, shingles is the trick. We do it all the time.
I'm not saying there was nothing wrong with doing it. You just got to do it right.
Yeah,
Right.
for sure.
They just
100%.
had... It wasn't, the shingles wasn't even level, so how you
Yeah,
Right.
It's 100%. Yeah, you got.
So
I mean,
what was
you
the
do
fix?
got.
How did you?
Right.
What did you do to fix it?
We just raised the floor up. So,
Okay.
but we actually ended up fixing it from underneath because the joist was sagging. So
Okay.
that's really
We
what
did that
So
fixed it.
y'all
before,
read.
Yeah, we
sistered.
we re-sistered them, and then we jacked
Leveled
the
that
house
up.
up like a quarter of an inch every day because you know it got to settle. And then she had a structural engineer come in and tell us how much load to
got
put
you.
on them and stuff like that. So that's how we fix it. But they also messed it up because whoever cut the toe kick out for the heat to come to the kitchen, they faced it the wrong way, so it had ate up the cabinets. Because the heat,
going
you know,
into the-
it's going into the
Mm.
cabinet. So I'm like, oh, this coming out.
No,
She said they raised the floor up and structural engineer. So any of our
Yes.
listeners, I
Oh,
need
you
y'all
like, wait a minute,
to realize
backtrack.
this. Yeah, because this is why you hire professionals.
100%.
Yo, the guy got that 50,000 wasn't hiring no structural.
That's what so
engineer.
that brings us to our 50,000. I want to talk about what people should expect when in 50,000 because I don't know what I can do for $50,000 on a project.
Well, that was like his first. I think that was just the first draw because it was like a 12 or 14 unit apartment.
Oh,
so
okay.
That was just
Okay.
the first, but $50,000.
in a house in a single family residence, and these are it's an investor coming in trying to
Okay.
hire you for $50,000. What they gonna get done?
First of all, I don't even do jobs $50,000 a month because they stressful. So now I'm at the point like if your house don't need at least $100,000, I don't
You
want
wanna do it?
because if I'm gonna be stressed, I need to be making some money.
So I agree. So then that's the hard thing with investors. But you know, a lot of investors are getting. I'm gonna tell you something.
Go ahead.
Investors, I didn't want to deal with investors at all, and now I'm about to. But not me personally. I mean, it's me, but I'm be
Just
running
have
it
a
from
buffer,
afar.
yeah.
And it's because I think now they're getting it, but for that $50,000 now, they understand that you're just getting cosmetics.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? You only
You might not even get no roof.
Yeah, you're not getting your structural stuff done. You're not getting all
So
this.
I tell people right now, a
$50,000.
typical full gut in Detroit, new windows and a roof, you looking at $150
all day
with permits.
Yeah.
That's on the low end.
Mm-hmm.
Like now, if it's a flat, $300,000, because that's double. That's 2 houses.
It's crazy you said that because I was going. You guys probably saw the deal, but just came up. It was Leonard's, and I'm like, can I get it? And he like, yeah. So he hits me, and he's like, just to be honest, this is what's going on with the house. It's got this. Yeah, it's got knob and tube. It's got this, down the third. They wanted 80 for it because they wholesaling it.
Right.
And in my head, I'm like, it probably is right there where it says worth 200 right now. But am I about to present this to my crew for a good deal? Mm-hmm. Nah, I'm gonna just walk away from it because it just.
No, you would probably need to buy it around 50. Because if it's knob and tube, right now, if I can't do it for a good, I don't even want to touch the house. Because you're not about to hold me liable for nothing. Only thing I'm keeping is them hardwood floors. Everything coming out.
And the tub,
like, get it out with the floor.
Tub, all that's gone.
Yeah.
I ain't keeping nothing but the hardwood floor. That's it. Because you're not about to hold me liable for nothing. Like, and I've had situations like that in the past happen to where, like, if I don't have a whole contract for the house as a GC, not touching it.
Mm-hmm.
Because your other trades might hold me up. They might do something wrong. And once I put my building permit on this house, I'm still responsible for the whole house, regardless if the electrician and the plumber and all them put their own trades. So I remember me and this one investor got into it. I was like, oh, I know. You supposed to make all the money as the investor,
right.
and me, Miss Contractor, I'm supposed to work for him. And I was like, okay, like, yeah, this ain't gonna work.
So listen, I tell people this all the time. Actually, I'm glad that she came on because you can understand this. Yes.
Right.
Like I feel like I'm talking to somebody, right? That understands.
Well, we ain't nobody.
No.
That's what I said, Reg.
But I mean is,
we ain't nobody.
They understand what I'm saying and what I'm
Right.
going through. Because I say it all the time, and people think I'm tripping when I say there's no money. I mean, I'd rather do the construction side. I make more money on my construction than they gonna make on their flip. And I don't have to worry about all the issues.
That's not your problem.
That's not my issue.
Not your problem.
I don't care if it's sold or how fast it's sold
Not
or
your
what it's
problem.
selling for or none of that. You know what I mean? I get in, do my job, get my money, and I'm gone. You know
So
what I'm saying?
here's the thing too. So I'm glad you said that. A lot of people think flipping is the key, and really, I probably can tell you probably about 85-90% of flippers not making real money on their
I
deals.
say it's 95.
It just depends on what you
sure.
guys feel like is real money. So, like, we have this conversation all the time. I'm a real estate broker. And so my colleagues want me to focus specifically on real estate brokers.
Okay.
Because, we have, like, our Mark Z's and Jeff Glovers and all these people. And they're great. That's fine. But my plan was I don't want to be out as much. So as a mother with small children, I'm like, if I can, put my deals together properly, I can float my income and supplement it properly, and I just don't have to work as hard.
Well, I agree, but what I'm saying is, I'm not saying.
I'm just saying to each his own.
Yeah, because some people think it's like an either or. So for me, I'm in the same situation. I run my sales team, and you don't see me posting, hey, I'm out here showing this house. I don't show houses, right? So I run my team. I primarily list, and I make damn good money as a realtor, but also make good money flipping and investing, right?
Right.
But what I'm saying on average, bringing up your point, most of the guys that are like posting their flips and everything,
They probably ain't making no money.
it's good money to somebody that's working another job and this is like side money. But a lot of times, guys, the spread is not enough to say, okay, I was in this project for 8 months. And I made $30,000.
But it might be
before capital gain taxes. No, that ain't no money.
No, it may not be no money to you, but a person that maybe
Make $30,000 a year.
Exactly.
Yeah,
They make
that's what I said.
And
When
they
you-
wouldn't have made it in 8 months.
They like, this was up.
Yeah, but what I'm saying
But if you
is,
talk about higher income goals,
Yeah.
and people
trying to
that's
hit
out
six
here saying
figures
they're
and plus.
investing and they're doing flips and they're going through all this stress for 20, 30,000, I personally don't think it's worth it. But somebody that's working a regular job, additional income, that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes
but if
sense.
if that person is not working at another job and they have figured out how to facilitate 6 to 8 flips a year,
Then that's where it started making sense.
yeah.
Yeah.
But then you start questioning yourself, why not wholesale and make 5 to 15?
Well,
on
that's
each
when you
drink?
start getting experienced in the game and stuff,
Yeah,
right?
but I'm saying,
because
so-
it's like it steps to it. So you got to get started somewhere, whether that's selling real estate, wholesaling real estate, or flipping real estate. Everybody comes in at a
Right.
different entrance
Level,
point,
yeah.
Right.
And then they probably flourish and expand as they get in the game, start meeting people, start creating
Yep.
groups, and so on and so forth. So it's
Partner
levels
on
to it.
deals.
But see, with
Yeah.
me, I tell people all the time, I'm a contractor first, investor second. Because
Yep.
this is my passion. This is what I love to do. And if you're stressing me, you have to go. That's the way I look at it. And then as an investor second, like doing flips and stuff is cool, but the construction part to me is always the most important part. Because when I sell this house to you or whatever and walk away, my name is on this house. So
Yeah.
to me, that's most important. So it's a lot of projects I done did for investors that I done ate or ain't even make no profit on because I still fix some stuff that they might wouldn't have paid for just because I know it needed to be fixed and I know what it take to pass, inspection. So a lot of people probably don't do that. A lot of people believe in paying themselves first. I pay myself last. And I think that's why I got great relationships with all my subs and suppliers. Like, I pay myself dead last. Like, I be hurting. Like, hey, you can't get no turkey grill
Right.
about next 3 weeks. You're going to have to be cooking.
But I want people to, I want people to understand
Turkey
that. Understand that's important though.
That's how I'm dropping in too, y'all.
I
I love turkey grill.
we make our money off of our contractors, right? Or
Yep.
off of our team. So if those guys aren't eating, how you gonna make your money?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Cause my thing is when they know when I call them the money on the flow,
Yep.
it done
Yep.
cleared. When can you start? Where you at? So I can give you your money, or you want me to go put in your account and put 4 deposit only?
Yep.
Like I done
Right.
did that too. So
Yeah.
So it's actually a book called Leaders Eat Last, right? So and
Gotta get
people
that.
say pay yourself first, but that's usually for somebody that's just really like working for money. But when you're a leader,
Yeah.
you need to
Yeah,
eat last.
we
right?
had so many conversations about
Yeah.
that. Like
Right.
everybody wants to be business owner or be a leader in business, but they don't want to
to them
pay
invoices come.
like what Jay Z
Yeah,
said.
it's
You're a
time to
boss
pay.
until invoices
Shoot.
come.
What's my favorite Detroit rapper? Finkel Payroll.
Right.
It's this one line on his song. He said, "Everybody balling till it's time to pay the tab, but ain't nobody bosses till it's time to pay the staff."
Exactly.
Right.
It's like, yes.
Yeah.
I was like,
That's
that's
true
a bar though.
statements. So look, I want to know what do you think we're going here in the city for the next 2 to 3 years? Like as far as investing, where would you put your money?
I'm putting my money in 4214 where I live. 4224 like where Big Red at. No, Big Orange. I always put big in front of my stuff.
Right.
Gotta be different. I'm more, I guess because I'm an East Sider, that's why I'm over that way. And then everything that's by the water. So when I worked on the highway, I went to this meeting in 08 about Detroit. It's called Detroit Future City. And in that meeting is what I learned really what's all happening now. But it didn't make sense then because I wasn't doing what I'm doing now. But then 2013, 14, I was like, I remember that in that meeting. So that's how I really started knowing where to invest. And that helped me with my investing because I was kind of like the inside plug.
Right.
So I told people then, and I believe this now, everything from 94 downtown about to be gentrified, everything, especially over there on Shane and Mac.
Yeah.
Because by Frederick Douglass used to be at,
Yeah.
there's nothing but miles and miles of land over there. And look where you at. Downtown right there, Eastern Market right there, the Corner Cut right there, the Pepsi plant, everything is right there. As soon as you cross 75, you over in Brush Park.
Yep.
Right? So I think everything from 94 coming down, and the other plan in that meeting was everything on the outskirts of the city. So I tell people all day, y'all might want to start buying in Brightmoor. I know what it looked like.
Yep.
I know what it's been looking like.
Oh, it's coming.
coming.
It's affordable.
Yeah.
Very
It's
affordable.
extremely affordable.
And the main reason I say that area is because it borders too much. It's right by Redford, Dearborn Heights. And
Yeah.
Pulte Homes went over there and told brothers just tearing down them houses out the kindness of their heart. Come on.
Right.
Like,
Yep.
that was the
Pay attention
first
now.
red flag.
You living there for
Right,
sure.
and they was hiring people from the neighborhood to come help. Good publicity, okay, whatever.
Right.
Like,
Right.
y'all ain't paying attention to this.
Right.
Like, it's too much land over there that's just sitting vacant. And I wouldn't even do basements. What I would do, I would buy all that land over there
Yep.
from
Plant some
April.
trees.
But look, from April to November 1st, I'm dropping nothing but concrete slabs. And then I'm going to go to one of these modular home plants. So in the winter, we dropping the house on top. And then I'm going to call you, hey, come connect this boy. And by next summer, we selling them or renting them out or whatever. Because Detroit is definitely about to or is in an affordable housing crisis. It's already, the signs
It's
are
already,
here.
yep.
Because I remember reading an article in Curb Detroit. It was like, what, $2,600 a month can get you in Detroit. I'm like, $2,600?
$600,
Like,
right.
Who can afford that?
you downtown on the water, but now you starting to see them prices coming to the neighborhoods. I mean, outside of like a Rosedale or Indian Village. I'm talking about the stuff that's buttoned up to that.
Yeah.
You seeing that now. Like right now, you can get what's a 2-bedroom one in Detroit going for right now? Probably $850.
Yeah, $850.
When it was $500.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For the longest.
So
For the
affordable
longest.
housing crisis coming. I think that was so important
Yeah, definitely coming.
because there's still going to be people who want to buy and they can't buy more than $100,000.
Yep,
They're gonna
for a
want
house.
to rent. They can't rent more than $800 or $900. You know, like they need housing.
Yep.
Most of those people, like under 1,000, a lot of them gonna get pushed out to some of the suburbs, but not like the suburbs going north. Probably like your western suburbs.
Or
Some
down
of the-
river.
Yep,
Like
down river.
Ecorse and stuff,
Yeah.
Riverview, stuff like that.
But
yeah.
then once all them people come at once, those prices gonna go up.
For sure.
But it's
So-
already happening because
Yep.
if you got a business, Detroit is so perfect for you because we have such a blank canvas. So if you got a good idea, it's gonna pop. Like
Right.
Fatheads, I didn't know that was in Detroit till the last 5-6
For
years.
real?
Yeah, it's right up there at
Yeah.
Midtown. Like that's a Detroit company.
What is that?
StockX.
Yeah.
StockX is the #1 shoe flipping site out here.
Oh, okay.
It's in Detroit.
Yeah.
And it's just like, come on, y'all. Like, y'all don't see what's going on. They need, they got employees. They need somewhere to live, somewhere to rent. You got the refugees right now still in hotels since, like, Thanksgiving. For real, they got over 200
Oh, you said
refugees.
still in.
They in
Oh, not
hotel because the
still
city
in.
need housing.
Yeah, right.
They put out the RFP for it. It's a website. I'll send it to you, Reg. You want to post it.
Right.
You upload your house. If you in Bangla Town, Pole Town, or some of these other neighborhoods, or even outside, now they paying up a year rent up front. As long as you meet city code and city inspection. But that's what's going to cut out
A lot of-
80% of landlords and investors because y'all still doing this house like it's 1960 with this checkerboard tile and ain't nothing passing inspection.
So, can you tell us about some of your upcoming events?
Sure. We have Detroit Real Estate Weekend this year. I will definitely be sending y'all out invites. So it's kind of like the tour we've been doing for years of Detroit put together. I really believe it's something the city should have been did.
Right.
Like, because I know Philly has like a Philly Real Estate Weekend and some other cities. So that'll be pretty big. It's August 4th through the 7th, and tickets are on sale now.
Where you
August
find
4th through 7th. That's my birthday.
Where you find the
Yeah.
tickets?
Where is
Come
it?
celebrate.
Oh, it's on Eventbrite.
Wait a minute. Wait, where is it? Is it here?
It's in Detroit. Detroit Real Estate Weekend. We doing a nice VIP mixer. We inviting all the big shots of Detroit out. Y'all.
I need to host
Yeah,
something to
everybody.
be on something. I'm telling you, that's my birthday's on the 7th. So.
Yep. And then the 5th, we having the actual panel at the Aloft downtown. I normally do stuff at Greektown. Like, let's show another part of downtown. Because
Right.
like, the Aloft David Whitney is dope. It's right in the heart of the city. And then they can get out, walk around. And then we doing like a tour of the city on that Saturday. And then that night we doing the gala. I'm like, we don't never dress
Okay, yeah,
up.
that's gonna be
Dress
dope.
up.
Yeah, I was like, we
that'd
don't
be
never
sweet.
dress up. Because we always in looking homeless because we in construction. So I was
Right.
like, let's put on some real
Literally.
clothes.
Right.
Hey, so I do want to touch on that because I've been to summer events and tours. It's funny how many out of towners are there.
Don't
We
be
don't
nobody
never
from
get
Detroit.
nobody local.
Are
It's
you-
like
okay.
Nobody.
everybody here be thinking they know everything.
We need
or
to
they
talk.
don't.
need to
I'll
go.
get
They
some
don't need
people
to
on
go.
there that's
I got
local.
you. Yeah, but on the panel, I got some my girl Veronica from the Land Bank. She coming. I'm reaching out to some other people. Trey from City Planning. He the one who just got the city that big $700 million
Yep.
grant. So like, yeah, I think you met him
Yep.
on the cycle tour thing. So I got some nice people coming out to speak. So I'm like, ask these people them questions y'all be asking me on
Right.
Instagram.
Right.
Okay.
And
So-
one other thing though, so y'all gotta tune into What Up Though Fridays.
What up,
So
Dope
she has,
Friday?
Yep, every third Friday.
Every
Yep.
third
Red's
Friday.
been on there a lot. So it's
Yep.
me, Emma with Detroit Title, Escrow, Marcus with Opulent Realty Team. Like he come on a lot. Ponce done been on. We got a lot of dope people in Detroit just doing good stuff. Cause I don't feel like how the show started was I don't know if y'all know the show that come on HGTV about the couple with the black realtor whatever showing Detroit and they from like California.
I've seen
Yeah.
them.
So I seen the promo for it and I got so mad. And I was like, all these dope people that I personally know in Detroit that's doing good stuff, way
Yup.
better than these people, they ain't got no show. They ain't
Right.
highlighting them. So we just gonna highlight her. Why get mad? I'm just gonna provide a solution and highlight the people that I know that's personally doing stuff. So that's how that started.
Okay.
Cool.
Yep.
I think we should give Asia, the lady contractor, a round of applause. Thank you
you.
for coming. We
Thank you for
appreciate
having
you.
me. Thank you for
What's
having
on
How do
me.
we
your
find you?
Instagram? Yeah.
Well, I got two. So the lady contractor one's a little personal. We watch 600 Pound Life on there. What else we watch? Maury Povich. Only on paternity test
Yeah.
day. I'm for real, but you know what? The lady contractor page is all over the place, but I make the most money off that page. I get the most clients off of
Because
there.
it's you and it's personal.
That's you being.
People
Yeah, I
like
guess.
that, like that
Yeah,
personality.
vulnerable.
Yeah, but the business page is Denson Construct Serve. And people like, I didn't even know you had a business page. I'm like, that was the
I didn't
first
know we
page. The lady contractor page came later.
Right.
Denson Construct Serve.
Yep.
Okay. Well, guys, that's a wrap.
All right.